One of the big races tomorrow is for Tennessee governor. Either Democrat Carl Dean or Republican Bill Lee will take over after Bill Haslam leaves office. We had the chance to speak to the governor in Nashville earlier today. We asked about his best day and worst day in office. Governor Haslam says the Gatlinburg wildfires were among the worst, along with other tragedies across the state.
Remember the week of the fires was also with the school bus wreck in Chattanooga that you might remember with the children, and then we had a tornado in West Tennessee, and actually that came through East Tennessee as well there. So all that kind of was happening in about a 3 or 4 day period. It looked like everywhere you looked there was, tragedy happening.
Governor Haslam says his best day in office was when Tennessee students were recognized as the fastest improving in the nation in 2013.